All right, everyone, welcome back into another college basketball props video. Give me touching on the top prop bets for the Sweet 16 games on both PrizePicks and Underdog, touching on a little bit of sleeper as well. With that, let's go in and get into the best bets. So we are getting a full prop board. I want to wait for the full board to give you guys all the best prop bets that we are getting. And so we go ahead and look at the board. We are going to get some good fantasy score prop bets. By all means, I think we can run out a lot of these prop bets like Watson for over his fantasy score. We're seeing a decent prop line difference between PrizePicks and Underdog. And we can basically see that the PrizePicks line that we were getting there at 30.5 is going to be the outlier data point. When we look at his game log, we're going to see that he has been consistently getting this over as well. Now, I don't like to put too much into a game log because, well, kind of the first two matchups were easier. Going against Purdue is going to be a much more different matchup. You obviously get some more difficult matchup going against Edey. That's a little bit of the concern. But all in all, this is going to be a good prop bet. He's really been playing well thus far the tournament, and that's one I'm definitely okay getting to. From there, another prop bet that I'd be fine with would be this one, like Horn for over fantasy score. That's gonna be a tight one. That's what the data points are saying there as well. But Diarra here for over 11.5 rebounds and assists is gonna be a good one there. But also rebounds, like really either or, whichever one's still available, because I would imagine one of these are gonna get bumped, if not both of those. He has been a rebounding machine thus far for NC State, and Diarra gets a pretty good matchup going against Marquette, who doesn't really have the most size. So we can see right here, this is going to be a pretty good prop bet to bet the over. I know the public loves the last five there when it's in the green like that, but it is seemingly a good prop bet. Vegas obviously likes that. And again, if that one gets bumped, you could just run out, sorry, not that one, rebounds and assists at 11.5. He chances are he's going to get at least an assist. We look at his assist line. He's been able to get at least assists in most of the games. So as long as he's giving us at least one assist, the line really shouldn't matter too much. So two pretty comfortable prop bets to start the video out. And then we look at Oso for over his fantasy score. That's one that kind of stands out. Now, I will say a little bit in between whether I like this one or not. It's probably going to be tight. I probably will use this in the game stack with that NC State Marquette game because, well, we're getting a decent amount of prop bets from that game. So really, I don't mind chasing those prop bets. From there, Lipsy for over his fantasy score. This is one that we ran out on the last slate. He was able to get his over line in that game. This is another one that's kind of popping up. Now, I do want to call out that the average Vegas line at 29.8 is favoring the under. So take that for what it's worth. Still at 27.5. Should be able to get the over there. That just kind of tells me that it probably will be another tight one for us. From there, some other ones that we were getting. I do like Tyler Kolek for over his rebounds at 4.5. Tyler Kolek has been heavily involved for Marquette since he's returned from injury over the last two games thus far in March Madness. Just all over the court, it seems like. Whether that's a good thing or not, we'll see. But chances are he's going to get to at least 5 rebounds. Like, don't expect 6 too much. It's a tight line. It's 54% likelihood. Obviously, we're not going to get that many free squares on Sweet 16 weekend, Thursday, whatever you want to call it. But we are gaining enough good prop bets. So and Cam Jones, like, we're still getting a lot of good EV bets on Underdog or on PrizePicks. So with that, let's go ahead and show you guys the Underdog bet of the day, and then I'll show you guys some Underdog props that we are getting as well. So looking at what the PrizePicks bet of the day would be, it'd be these two. I like these two the most if you just wanted to use two of them, but all four of these are going to be good prop bets. By all means, I feel pretty good about the percent likelihood of these hitting. All of them are over 54% edge, so pretty good stuff there. Now with that, let's go ahead and get into Underdog. And guys, the Underdog board is much more tight, but I will say these fantasy score ones where we are seeing a decent prop line difference, I really don't mind to bet the overs with those because this is nothing normal. We know this from Underdog. They are typically more aggressive with their lines than PrizePicks is, so it's no surprise that their lines are higher than PrizePicks, but we're getting several where we can see, I'll just pull up the prop line difference so you guys can see that. 2.15, 1.75, 1.75, 1.95, so we're getting a decent amount of edge there just by chasing these bets more so on Underdog, and they're going to be tight. Like, you look at Ryan Kalkbrenner's projection kind of favors the over there a little bit. That's really the only one that I guess would give me pause just looking at this, but really these three seem pretty good, and so I probably will be running out a lot of those unders. But I do want to call out some of the over fantasy score prop bets because on Underdog, where they typically are more aggressive with their lines, higher on their lines, these ones where we are seeing these over fantasy score that have a good chance of hitting, I like to run out because, well, we have just seen those hit more during the conference tournament and thus far in March Madness. So that typically stands out to me because, again, look at all these fantasy score prop bets that are popping up for the unders. And so those three, I feel pretty good about running out as well. Now, I do want to call out props bets that we are getting that are not fantasy score related on Underdog, because I know some people might not be able to bet those and whatnot. There's a lot of weird nuances per state. So we'll go ahead and take that one off the board, and we can see we're just not getting that many other good prop bets. We got James for under his rebounds of 6. That one's being valued as a push if this one's still there. Sean for under his 6.5 rebounds. That's fine. I don't really like targeting these steals props, turnovers props too much, so it's a really tight board when we look at it for EV bets on PrizePicks, and that's why I'm probably just going to be favoring more of the underdog bets that we are getting. So I do want to show you guys the bet of the day, but first, just want to remind you guys that if you do want to use the underdog slip and you never signed up before, use the promo code 9to5. That's going to kick back some money my way. Just helps me keep growing the channel, investing in the channel. Also give you guys a 100% match on deposit of up to $100. And so this is the underdog bet of the day. So really just taking advantage of those 4 prop bets where the prop line difference was at around 2 when you compare it to PrizePicks, and the data was already favoring the under. So those seem to be some pretty good edges that we were getting on Underdog. And this is the other one that was popping up for the under fantasy score. Again, if you guys don't want to run the under fantasy scores, run those 3 over fantasy score prop bets that I call up, because those are seemingly good prop bets on paper. Just a reminder, whenever we have a 5 slip bet on Underdog, it is an insured slip. Better not hit for 4 out of 5. Again, I'll be so tilted if that happens. But that's going to be all for today's video. If you guys want access to the tools that you saw in this video, head on over to 9to5sports.com. They're available for just $10 a month. Give a like and subscribe. I do appreciate that. Good luck. Have a fun Sweet 16. Hope your brackets are doing well as well. All right, thanks for watching. And as always, let's keep cashing.